law to grace. Ito po ang comparative. I-compare natin yung doon sa Mosaic law and then under Moses at saka sa kay Apostol Pablo under grace dispensation, yung pagkakaiba. In the landscape of biblical doctrine, the subject of justification is stand as one of the most pivotal tenets of the Christian faith. The doctrine of justification addresses the fundamental question, how is man made righteous before a holy and just God? This chapter aims to critically examine and confer the nature of justification under the dispensation of the law given through Moses, and then the dispensation of the grace revealed through the Apostle Paul, anchored firmly in the King James Bible. This exposition endeavors to highlight the progressive revelation of God's redemptive plan and the theological transition from justification by works under Mosaic covenant to justification by faith under the fallen gospel. A robust theological framework for understanding this dispensational shift, the speaker initially delineated the dispensation of the law, identifying Moses as the steward of administrator of God's commandment to the nation of Israel according to Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 1 to 2. Moses was commanded to teach Israel the statute and judgment, that they might fear the Lord their God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments. The primarily mode of justifications during this period was through obedience. Righteousness was measured by adherence to the law, and blessing were conditional upon compliance. Yet shall therefore keep my statute and my judgment, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. Leviticus chapter 18 verse 5. Throughout the Old Testament, this covenant structure was reinforced in Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. The Lord instruct, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. The law functioned not only as a moral code but as a covenantal instrument made to preserve national and spiritual identity. The blessing obedience were both temporal and spiritual, promising prosperity, peace, and divine favor. Malachi 4:4 is encapsulate this enduring call. Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with the statute and judgment. However, the inability of Israel to uphold the law consistently highlighted the insufficiency of the Mosaic system for producing lasting righteousness, as Romans 3:20 testify. Therefore, by the deed of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight, for by law is the knowledge of sin. The law served to expose the sinful nature of man, but it lacked the power of transforming it. This limitation set the stage of the next major dispensation, grace. In stark contrast to the legalistic frameworks of Moses, the dispensation of grace ushers in through Jesus Christ and administered by the whole Apostle Paul refined the fact of justification. Paul called as the apostle of the Gentiles, Romans 11:13, was contrast with the mystery of the gospel. Grace in Galatians chapter 2 verse 16, Paul declared, knowing that a man is not justified by the work of the law, but by faith of Jesus Christ, even we have believed in Jesus Christ that we might be justified by the faith of Christ and not by the works of the law. Okay, at i-compare muna natin para mas dali siyang maintindihan. Tandaan natin, pag sinasabi na Mosaic law, doon nag-start. Kasi may law naman before Moses. Pero pag sinasabing Mosaic law, yung law na natanggap ni Moses doon sa Mount of Horeb. Ito po ay utos, command, or batas ng Diyos na hindi ibinigay doon sa simula. Kasi mayroong nagsasabi na ang kautusan na ibinigay ng Diyos doon kay Moses, ito po ay nag-start doon sa Eden. Yun ang paniniwala ng iba. Basahin muna natin ang Deuteronomy chapter 5 and then verse 1. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel. Tandaan natin na doon sa Genesis chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 6, wala pang tinatawag doong Israel. Kasi doon sa chapter 11, 12, chapter 10, ang mga isla tinatawag ng Gentiles. Wala pang tinawag na Israel. Sa makatuwid, itong tinawag na Mosaic law, ito'y nakapokus doon sa bansang Israel, sa 12 tribes. Chapter 5, verse 1. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, thy statute and judgment which I speak in your ears this day, sabi ni Moses, that ye may learn them and keep and do them. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. So mali yung makikinig tayo doon sa mga debate doon sa Facebook o YouTube na mayroong nagsasabi, ginagamit ang Matthew chapter 12, Mark chapter 2, nasabi nila ang law of God na ibinigay kay Moses nag-start doon sa Garden of Eden. Mali yun. Bakit? Ito, basahin ko verse 2. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. So, hindi doon sa Eden. Doon sa Horeb. The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers. Okay, na ito palang Mosaic law, doon kay Moses talaga nag-start, ibinigay. The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, who are all of us here alive this day. So, maliwanag na itong Mosaic law, huwag tayong lalagpas doon kang Abraham. Kasi sabi na, may law naman si Abraham. Tama. Pero iba yung doon kay Moses. May law naman doon kay Adam, yung utos sa Garden of Eden. Correct. Pero iba ito kang Moses. So, ang Mark chapter 2, hindi siya magagamit, ma-apply doon before Moses. Tinatawag siya Mosaic law because ang Diyos nagbigay siya ng batas directly doon kay Moses, ibigay doon sa bayang Israel. Ito, chapter 5, verse 1, Deuteronomy. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, thy statute and judgment, which I speak in your ears. This day that ye may learn them and keep and do them. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers. So maliwanag. Hindi nag-umpisa doon kay Noah. Hindi nag-umpisa doon kay Adam. The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even as who are all of us here alive this day. So ito maliwanag na ang Mosaic Law na kino-compare natin, justification based on Mosaic Law to compare the justification under grace dispensation no Apostle Paul. Kasi may naniniwala na pareha lang daw, walang pagkakaiba. Yan. So maliwanag ang Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 2. Dagdagan muna natin ha para mag-gauge na mabigyan natin ng comparative. I-compare natin yung mga law before Moses at saka dito sa kay Apostol Pablo. Ito, basahin natin sa Malakay. Muna versikulo, chapter 4. Malakay, chapter 4. And then sa verse 4, itong nakasulat. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel, why the statute and judgment. For all Israel. Maliwanag na hindi kasali yung ibang bansa. Kasi may nagsasabi na under grace, tuloy pa rin ang law of Moses kasi galing sa Diyos, kasali ang ibang bansa. Yung binasa natin, hindi kasali. Pero sabi nila yung mga Gentiles, hindi ba pwedeng sumali? Sasagutin natin mamaya yan. Ito, Psalms 147. Start tayo sa 19. Psalm 147. Ito. Start tayo sa verse 19. Eschew his word unto Jacob, his statute and his judgment unto Israel. He hath not dealt with any nation. Hindi kasali yung ibang bansa. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Lumitaw na yung law of God given to Moses, hindi kasali yung ibang bansa. Sa kanila lang yon. Dagdagan pa natin. Lamentations. Lamentation. Jeremiah, Isaiah. Jeremiah, Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 9. Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 9. Ito. Her gates are sunk into the ground, and he hath destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles. The law is no more. Wala doon ang law. her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. Ay ang law of God na ibinigay doon kay Moses, hindi ibinigay, wala doon sa ibang bansa, sa kanila lang. So, exclusive, sa kanila lang. Dagdagan muna natin dagdagan pa natin. Pangalawang hari, 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 34. 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 34. Ito. Unto this day, they do after the former manners. They fear not the Lord, neither do they after their statute, or after their ordinances, or after the law and commandment, which is the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel. Paliwanag na itong tinawag na Mosaic Law, galing ito sa Panginoon, ibinigay kay Moses, pamagitan ni Moses, para doon sa bayang Israel. Hindi kasali ang ibang bansa. Yung sabi ng iba, kasali. Na yung binasa natin, talagang wala. Hindi kasali yon. Sa kanila lang. Doon ibinigay ang law. Ngayon, sabi nila, iba yung law of Moses. Yun ang mga ordinances, mga seremonyas. Iba yung law of the Lord. May nagsabi. So, ang ibig sabihin, yung mga meat offering, wave offering, burnt offering, peace offering, grain offering, meat offering, ito po kay Moses. Whereas, ang law of the Lord, yung nakasulat doon sa bato, sa kay Moses, doon lang sa yung mga burn offering. Ay basahin natin. Ito. Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. And they speak into Israel, the scribe, to bring the book of the law of Moses. Ayan. Ito palang book of Moses. Sabi nila, iba yung law of the Lord, iba yung law of Moses. Bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel. Galing pa rin doon sa Panginoon. Si Moses, ginawa lang siyang kasangkapan, katiwala, stewardship. Hindi naman galing sa kanya yon. Yung burnt offering, yung mga pista, yung Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Tabernacle, Feast of Weeks, burnt offering, pasali na yung mga tithes, yung mga iba-iba pa. Hindi kay Moses yun. Lahat yan galing sa Diyos, ipinagkatiwala doon kay Moses. Mali yung sabi-sabi ng iba na hinati. Iba yung moral law, yung civil, yung ceremonial, o mga ordinances, kay Moses yan. Pero yung moral law doon nakasulat sa bato, yun ang sa the Lord. Na, paano ito? Basahin ko ulit. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate, and they speak unto Israel, the scribe, to bring the book of the law of Moses. Kung sabihin natin the book of the law of Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, tinatawag sa mga theologian Pentateuch. 5 books. Itong book, the law of Moses. Saan galing? Tuloy natin. Which the Lord had commanded to Israel. Galing pa rin sa Panginoon. Ito lahat galing sa Panginoon yan. ginawa lang kasangkapan si Moses parang isulat niya yung law of the Lord. Ngayon, doon sa Israel ibinigay. Basahin natin ha, Romans. Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9. And then sa verse 4 tayo, ito ang nakasulat. Verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaining the adoption, on the glory, on the covenants, on the giving of the law, on the service of God, on the promises. Doon sa kanila. Ngayon, hindi kasaling ibang bansa yon. Yung ibang bansa, hindi sa kasali. Sa kanila lang yung exclusive. Sabi ng iba, kasali tayo. Sabi-sabi lang yan. Pero kung ang Biblia, yun ang magsabi, hindi kasali ang ibang bansa. Sa kanila talaga yan. Nakapokus doon sa bayang Israel. Paglagan pa natin ha, Acts chapter 7, verse 53. Acts 7, verse 53. Ito, who have received the law by the disposition of the angels, and have not kept it. O yan, sabi ni Stephen, kayo nakatanggap sa law, pero hindi naman kayo tumutupad. Bakit? Backward tayo sa 52, 752. Acts, which the prophets have not your fathers persecuted, and they have slain them, which you before the coming of the just one, and whom ye have been now, the betrayer and murderers, who have received the law by the disposition of angels, and have not kept it. Sinong sinasabihan ni Stephen? Ay yung mga Israelites. Sila ang mga audience. Inuumpisahan ni Stephen, sinasabi yung simula pa doon sa Mesopotamia, sa Karan, hanggang pinaalis doon si Abraham, hanggang naganap, Jacob begat the 12 patriarchs, verse 8, hanggang na-slave sila sa Egypt, hanggang kinuha sila ni Moses, hanggang dinala sa wilderness, hanggang pumasok doon sa land of promise through Joshua. Yan. Hanggang mayroon na silang kings, mayroon na silang prophets, pinatay nila. Sinabi ni Stephen, kayo ang nakatanggap sa kautusan, pero hindi naman kayo tumutupad. Ganon din si Kristo. Tingnan natin ha sa John chapter 7 verse 19. John chapter 7 verse 19. Christ ang nagsabi. Ito. Did not Moses give you the law? And yet none of you keep it the law? Sabi ni Kristo, yung mga Hudiyong sunod-sunuran sa Kanya, naghahanap ng butas, yung pagkakamali, ay naisahan silang Kristo, yung mga Hudiyo. Ito, verse 11, and the Jews sought him at the face and said, where is he? Sabi yung mga Hudiyo. Ay nakita nila si Kristo. Verse 14, now about the midst of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and taught. Nag-aral siya. Yung mga Hudiyo, nagtaka, na-marvel sila. And the Jews marvel, saying, how knoweth this man later having never learned? And then, sinabihan silang Kristo, hanggang sinabihan sila, did not Moses give you the law, and yet not of you keep it the law? Sa makatuwid, ang Mosaic law nakapokus doon sa bayang Israel. Hindi kasali yung mga ibang bansa. Ang mga Gentiles, maging kasali lang pag maninirahan sila doon sa bayang Israel, sa bansang Israel. Tinatawag silang stranger. Yan. Pero kung sa labas, hindi. Ngayon, itong batas na sinasabi na Mosaic Law, na ipinagkatiwala ng Diyos doon kay Moses para sa bansang Israel, ano ba ito? Ano ang pakay or purpose? Sabi sa John chapter 1 verse 17, yung sumulat si Juan, ay sabi niya, for the law was given by Moses. Ang batas, ibinigay ng Diyos sa pamagitan ni Moses. For what purpose? Ito, Leviticus. Leviticus tayo, chapter 26. Leviticus chapter 26 verse 13. Ito. Verse 30 start. And I will walk among you, and I will be your God, and ye shall be my people. Yung bayang Israel, yung 12 tribes, tinawag silang my people. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt. Hindi kasali yung hindi inilabas galing sa Egypt. Doon sa kanila talaga yung mga taong inilabas galing sa Egypt. That ye should be their bondmen, and I have broken the band of your yoke, and made you go upright. 14. But, ayon, ito ang kondisyon. Mayroong kondisyon para sa bayang Israel. Ito, but if you will not hearken unto me, and will not do all this commandment, and if ye shall despise my statute, or if your soul abhor my judgment, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, the burning egg, that shall consume thy eyes, and see sorrow, hurt, and shall sow your seed is vain. Your enemy shall eat it. Verse 17, and I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They shall hit you, shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursue you. 18, and if you will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times. Ang batas na ibigay doon sa bayang Israel, pag hindi nila tutuparin, mayroong punishment 7 times. Pero, pag tumutupad sila, ang blessing ng Panginoon lalago doon sa kanila at mabubuhay sila. Ngayon, itong mga batas na ibinigay ng Diyos doon kay Moses, ang pinaka-purpose, ito sa Romans chapter 10 verse 5, Romans chapter 10 verse 5, ito. For Moses described the righteousness which is of the law. So, ang kanilang justification or righteousness, nakabatay doon sa kanilang pagtupad doon sa batas. That the man which doeth these things shall live by them. Mabubuhay sila pag tumutupad at ma-justified sila. Ito, chapter 2, Backward tayo sa Romans. Romans chapter 2, verse 12. For as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned the law shall be judged by the law of God, but the doer of the law shall be justified. Yan. Pag tumutupad doon sa batas ng Diyos ibinigay kay Moses, ma-justified siya. Bakit? Doon mapapatawad ang kanyang kasalanan. Kasi doon sa law of God na ibinigay kay Moses, nandoon ang burnt offering, yung blood offering for sins. Pag hindi sila mag-alay ng blood of the animals, walang kapatawaran. Dapat susundin nila yon. Yun ang requirement para sila mapatawad ang kasalanan at maging just. Ma-justified sila in the sight of the Lord. Ito, Hebrews chapter 9. Start tayo sa verse 19. And when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of kids and goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book of all the people, saying, This is the blood of the testament, which God hath enjoined unto you. Moreover, he sprinkled with the blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry, and almost all things by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of the blood is no remission of sins. Maliwanag na ang tao pala ma-justified siya, mapawalang sala, sa pamagitan sa pagtupad sa kautusan ng Diyos na ibinigay doon kay Moses. Ngayon, marami yung mga bagay na under sa kautusan ng Diyos na ibinigay doon kay Moses. Hosea chapter 8 verse 12. Hosea chapter 8 verse 12. Hosea. Hosea chapter. I have written to him the great things in my law, but they were counted as strange things. I have written to him the great things of my law. Maraming mga malalaking bagay na isinusulat ng Diyos sa pamagitan ni Osias upang tuparin sa bayang Israel. At ano yon? Ito. Mayroon siyang mga offerings. Ang offerings, marami. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. Mag-start tayo sa verse 12. Ito. And ye shall offer that day when we weave the sheep and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering. Isa. 13. And the meat offering. Dalawa. And the drink offering. Tatlo. Verse 15, the wave offering. 4. 19, peace offering. Ilan na? 5, bread offering. or meat offering. Ito pa. 37. Drink, burn offering, meat offering. Verse 38. Freewill offering. Marami. Pag sinasabi nating offering, marami yon. Mayroon siyang freewill offering, verse 38. Mayroong drink offering, 37. Meat offering. Tatlo na. Mayroon siyang weave offering or weaving offering, peace offering, verse 20. And then, marami. Ito po ang kasali doon sa Malakay. Yan. Pag sinusunod yung kautusan, yung law of God was given to Moses through Moses. Sa pamagitan ni Moses, sa offering pa lang, marami na. Ito, Malakay chapter 3 verse 8. Malakay chapter 3 verse 8. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes on offerings. Yan. Ang offerings na binabanggit sa Malakay, hindi lang pira. Kasali na yung meat offering, drink offering, burnt offering, peace offering. Ano pa yung mga freewill offering? Dami yun. But ye see, wherein have you robbed thee? In tithes and offerings. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. O yan, nakapokus doon sa Israel. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. Dalhin nyo yung tithes doon sa storehouse. At saka mayroong offerings. Ang dami pala yung offerings. Pag isa hindi tutuparin, mayroong curse. Yan. At saka itong tithes, balikan natin doon sa Deuteronomy 26. Deuteronomy tayo. Chapter 26. Ang tithes, i-divide siya. I-divide. Hindi lang doon sa Levites. Hatiin siya sa 5. 26 verse. I-start tayo sa 11. Ito. And thou shalt rejoice in every good thing which the Lord thy God hath given unto thee, and unto thy house, thou and the Levites, and thy strangers that is among you. 12. When thou hast made an end of tithing, all the tithes, and thy increase in the 3rd year, which is the year of tithing, and has given it unto thee, Levites. What? Ang una, Levites. Ang tithes, i-divide siya. Una, Levites. Next, the stranger. Ay, may bahin yung stranger. Next, the fatherless. Pang-apat. Next, the widow. And they may eat within the gates and be filled. Ito palang tithes, hatiin siya. Yung mga Levites, may part din ang stranger, yung fatherless, and widow. 4. Dagdagan natin doon sa Numbers. Numbers, chapter 20. Start tayo sa verse 18. Numbers chapter 20. Verse 18. Mali. Sorry. Numbers chapter 18, verse 20. Ito. And the Lord speak unto Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part, and thy inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all that tin in Israel for an inheritance for their service which they serve, even the service, the tabernacle of the congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, 23, and they shall bear their iniquity, it shall be instituted forever. Throughout your generation, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. 24. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an herb offering into the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit, and therefore have unto the among the children. And the Lord speak unto Moses, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say, 26, unto them, when ye take of the children of Israel the tithes, which I have given you from them for you, inheritance ye shall offer up, have offering and eat for the Lord, even 10 part of the tithes. Ito palang 10%, ito palang tithes na natanggap sa Israelites galing sa 11 tribes. Kukunan nila, bawasan nila ng 10%, itong unang 10% ibigay doon sa the Lord, i-offer. Sunod, sa Levites, pangalawa. Sunod, yung mga stranger, pang-tatlo. Sunod, yung mga fatherless. Sunod, widow. Ang tithes pala, hatiin sa 5, i-divide. Yun ang batas. Hindi katulad ngayon, kumukuha ng tithes, hindi naman lang binigyan yung mga widow, yung mga fatherless, yung mga stranger, solo. Sa panahon ni Moses, i-divide yun, 5. Yung tithes, bawasan muna para sa Panginoon. I-offer yun. Sunod, bawasan para sa Levites. 2 na. Sunod, sa stranger. 3 na. Sunod, sa fatherless. 4 na. Sunod, doon sa widow. 5. Yung tithes pala, i-divide doon sa 5. 5. Pag hindi natupad, curse. Yan, curse. Pag hindi natupad ang offering, curse din. Ganyan. Doon muna tayo sa Nehemiah para makuha muna natin yung law of God na ibinigay kay Moses para sa bayang Israel. Sa Nehemiah tayo, Nehemiah chapter 13. Nehemiah chapter 13. Ito, verse 37. Verse 37. Chapter 13, verse 37. Start tayo sa 37. And that we should bring the first fruit of our dough and our offerings, and the fruit of all manners of trees, and wine, and of oil, unto the praise, to the chamber of the house of our God, and the tithes of our ground unto the Levites, that the same Levites might have tithes, all cities of our Perez. And the prince of the son of Aaron shall be with the Levites, yung mga anak ni Aaron shall be with, kasama yung mga Levites, when the Levites take tithes of the Levites shall bring up to the tithes of the tithes and to the house of our God, to the chamber and to the treasure house. 39. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring an offerings and corn and new wine and oil unto the chamber where are the vessels of the sanctuary, and the praise shall minister and forters of the singers, and we shall not forsake the house of our God. Ito palang mga Levites, sila ang kukuha sila ng 10% doon sa kanilang mga kapatid, brethren. Doon sa 11 tribes, magkuha sila ng tithes galing sa kanilang mga products, mga fruits. Galing sa kanilang yung product galing sa mga animals. Yan. Tapos, makuha na yung tithes, unahin yung sa Panginoon. Bawasan na. Hatiin i-divide sa 5. Isa sa Panginoon, isa doon sa stranger, Levites, isa sa stranger, isa sa fatherless, isa sa widow. 5. I-divide. Yun ang batas. So, mayroong offering, mayroong tithes, mayroong sabbats. Ayan, sabbats. Dito tayo sa Ezekiel. Iko-compare natin yung justification under grace dispensation at saka doon kay Moses. Sa kanila, ma-justified ang tao pag kailangan tumutupad ka. Kasi may curse yun pag nagkamali ka. Ito, Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 12. Ezekiel chapter 20 verse 12, moreover also I have give them my Sabbaths. Plural. My Sabbaths, hindi lang isa. Plural yun eh. Moreover also I give them my Sabbaths. May kadibati ako noon, sabi niya. Ilang klaseng Sabat? Sabi niya, isa lang. Sabado. Bakit plural? Sabi niya, kasi kung 2 Sabado, 3 Sabado, 5 Sabado, plural na yun. Bakit sa Exodus singular? Exodus chapter 20. Chapter 20, Exodus. Bakit dito sa Ezekiel plural? Bakit dito sa Exodus 20 verse 8 singular? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Bakit singular? At saka dito sa Ezekiel, bakit plural? Plural, Yan, doon siya na-wonder. Nagulat siya, bakit plural? Bakit doon sa Exodus, isa lang, singular? Moreover also, I give them my Sabbaths. Sino yung them? Backward tayo kaunti. Doon sa verse 10, wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. So, yung kinuha galing sa Egypt, dinala sa wilderness, sila ang binigyan. Binigyan sila ng Sabbath. Verse 13, but the house of Israel rebels against me. Ayan. Clear, Israel talaga. Sila ang binigyan ng Sabbath. Hindi kasali yung ibang bansa. Moreover also, I give them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them. Sign. Yun ang tanda. Hindi ang Holy Spirit. Ang tanda sa bayang Israel, Sabbaths. Bakit plural? Ito, balik tayo sa Leviticus chapter 26. Leviticus chapter 26. Verse 1. Leviticus. Kita, sandali lang. Saan na yun? Leviticus chapter 26. Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you of a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, or bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths. Plural, pareho doon sa Ezekiel. Plural. Sa Ezekiel chapter 20 verse 12, pag jam mo sa 12, ganun din. And hallow my Sabbaths, and this shall be a sign between me and you. Hindi kasali yung ibang bansa. Ngayon, verse 2, chapter 26, Leviticus, ye shall keep my Sabbaths, and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season. Ayan, may blessing. Pag tumutupad yung bayang Israel, I will give you rain in due season. And the land shall yield here. Ayan, ito, may condition pala. And Christ and the trees of the field shall yield their fruits, and your threshing shall reach into a vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time, and ye shall eat your grapes to all full, and will your land cheaply. Oh, verse 6, and I will give peace in the land. Pag tumutupad sila sa batas, may kondisyon. Bigyan sila ng peace. And ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. Di kayo matatakot, and I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall sword go through your land. And ye shall, ito ang mangyari sa kanila, may mga blessing. Ngayon, itong Sabbaths, bakit plural? Kasi marami. Anong marami? Ito, backward tayo sa 25. Leviticus chapter 25. 26, 25. Verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and I say unto them, when you come into the land which I give you, then shall be the land. Keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruits thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath rest unto the land. Yan. Ang Sabbath pala, hindi lang Sabado. Hindi lang yung pang 7 araw. Mayroong tinatawag Sabbath of the land. Ang lupa, yung farm, taniman mo sa loob ng 6 na taon. Pagka ika-7 taon, hindi mo na taniman. Tinatawag yung Sabbath of the land. So, yun pala, bakit marami yung Sabbath doon sa Ezekiel plural? Kasi may Sabbath of the land. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath rest unto the land. Yeah. That which grown it is on according to thy harvest, thou shall not reap. Pag mayroong mga tanim na namumunga doon sa ika-7 taon, hindi mo yun pakialaman. Neither gather to grapes of thy vine unders, and rest, for it is a year for rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be met for you, for thee, and for thy servant. Yung mga taong pumunta doon, may bunga yung namumunga doon sa tanim, ikapitong taon, ibibigay doon sa nanunguha. Sa kanila yon, huwag mong pakialaman, kasi Sabbath of the land yun, pang 7 years. Yeah. Mayroon namang ibang Sabbath, ito, verse 8. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years. And the space of the 7 Sabbath of years shall be unto the 49 years. May Sabbath naman. Ay yung 7, pang 7 taon, huwag mong taniman, i-time ng 7, 49 years, another Sabbath. Yan, Sabbath. So, anong klase ilang Sabbath na? Weekly Sabbath, Sabbath of the land, at saka yung pang 49 years, Sabbath ng 3 Sabbath na. Tingnan pa natin. Ano pang klaseng Sabbath? Bakit marami? Ito. Backward tayo dito sa Leviticus chapter 23. Sa verse 7, chapter 23, verse 5, in the 14th day of 15th month, even the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. Unleavened bread. Diretso tayo sa saan ba yun? May Sabbath dito sa kon. Sandali lang ha, hanapin ko. Yung Sabbath na ikapitong 7 month according to the Hebrew calendar, yung Feast of Tabernacle, may pista yun. Tapos, ang unang araw, Sabbath. Yan. Ang 8 araw, Sabbath naman. Yun ang hinahanap ko. Ito, verse 16. Ito, verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7 Sabbaths shall the number 50 days and shall offer a new meat offering. Iba. May inahanap akong sitas na Sabbath sa first day, another Sabbath naman pang try natin sa 32. And shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your soul in the 9th day of the month, at even from even unto even shall be a celebrate your Sabbath. Diba ito? Verse, they shall offer, verse 39, 36, 7 days shall be offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an convocation unto you. Ye shall offer an offering with a fire. Ay, pauli na lang natin yan. Dito, verse 8, 25, verse 7. Mali. Mayroong verse na hindi ko na natandaan. Ang 7 buwan according to the Hebrew, mayroon siyang Sabbath. Feast nila, Feast of Tabernacle. Ang unang araw, Sabbath. Pang 8 araw, Sabbath. Yan. Di ba, iwanan natin. Doon naman tayo sa pista. Pista naman tayo. Ang pista naman, sa nailalim doon sa loob na binigay kay Moses, mayroong Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Weeks, Pista sa Sibana, at saka mayroon siyang Feast of Tabernacle, ikapitong buwan. Tapos, isang linggo yung pista nila. Katulad yung sa unleavened bread. Ngayon, maliban dyan, mayroon pang mga law doon sa Deuteronomy chapter 28, pero masyadong mahaba na. Ngayon, itong lahat, kailangan tutuparin nila kasi may kondisyon. At doon sila ma-justified, maging righteous, pag may isang mali, kahit isa, lahat mali. Ito sa Santiago, sa James chapter 2, sa verse 10, ito ang nakasulat, sabi ni James, "For whatsoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all." Ngayon, ang bansang Israel, ibinigay sa kanila ng Diyos yung batas sa pamagitan ni Moses. Ang dami yon, marami. Yung pista, yung sabbats, yung offerings, yung tithes, marami. Maliban dyan, may mga batas pa doon sa Deuteronomy chapter 27, 28, na tungkol sa mga pag-uugali ng tao doon sa mga hayop. Pag nagkakamali, ay na-offense ka, lahat. Verse 10, "For whatsoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all." Yung kahirap. Yun ang bayang Israel, nahihirapan silang umupa doon. Nahihirapan sila. Sabi ni Kristo dito sa chapter 5, sa Matthew, lahat ng mga na-under doon sa law, kailangan lahat yan, pati yung mga period, kasali na. Ito, "Say not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth shall one jot or one tittle." Sa Hebrew and Greek, mayroong mga tittle and jot yun eh. Pag magkamali kaglagay sa jot or tittle, iba na yung basa, katulad yung ho. in ho, logos. Pagbalik rin mo yung jot niya, yung tittle, iba na ang pagbasa. Yan. So, mayroon siyang mga kailangan siya. Kahit ganyan, hindi mo pwedeng tanggalin. Yun ang salo sa batas. Kailangan lahat yan. 19, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men, so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." 20, "For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribe and Pharisee, ye shall no kiss enter into the kingdom of heaven." Anong ibig sabihin? Ang isang tao na tumutupad doon sa law of God na ibinigay kay Moses, pag hindi mo nalamangan yung pagka-righteous sa scribe at saka Pharisees, hindi ka katulad sa kanila, hindi ka makapasok doon sa kaharian. Anong ibig sabihin? Yung ginagawa sa mga Pharisees at saka Sadducees at saka scribe, kailangan kung anong ginagawa nila pareho, na nakalibil yung taong tumutupad doon sa law. Ngayon, Mayroong mga tao ngayon na gustong tumutupad. Pero nakikita natin, ang daming fault, ang daming mistake. Bakit? Sabi ng verse 24, I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribe and Pharisees, ye shall no face enter into the kingdom of heaven. Pag hindi ang pagsunod sa batas, hindi katulad sa mga Pariseo at sa mga Sadduceo at sa mga scribe, hindi ka makapasok doon sa karyan. Bakit? Tingnan mo yun ha, balik tayo sa Exodus. May time ba tayo? Mahaba ito. Exodus chapter 35. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, These are the words which the Lord hath commanded that ye should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you an holy day, Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth works therein shall be put to death. Pag may isang tao na hindi sumusunod, isang point doon sa araw ng Sabat, ay qualified siya doon, papatayin siya, member siya na kailangan siyang babatuhin. Verse 3, Ye shall kindle no fire through your own habitation upon the Sabbath day. Bawal magparikit. Sa Bisaya pa, bawal maghaling sa adlaw Sabado. Pag naghaling ka, nagparikit ka ng apoy sa araw ng Sabat, lahat yon guilty ka doon sa law. Anong gagawin? Ito, backward tayo counties, chapter 16 sa Exodus. Chapter 16 sa Exodus, tapos verse 23. Ito ang nakasulat, 23. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said. Ang Diyos nagsabi doon kay Moses. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Wait that which you will be today. Ang ibig sabihin, ngayon, Friday na. Bukas, Saturday na. Sabat na. Ay sa hapon pa lang ng Friday, lulutuin na yung gustong lulutuin para bukas. Bake that which you will bake today, and say that you will say, and which was remember, remain it overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. Ang lulutuin ngayon sa Friday, preparation for Sabbath, lulutuin na. I-bake na yung mga harina. Magluto na, araw pa na ng Bernis. Pagka Saturday, yun ang Sabbath, di na bawal magluto. Bawal na. Bawal nang maghaling. Bawal nang magsaing. Bawal na nagpagparikit ng apoy. Yan ang sabi. Ngayon, may mga tao ngayon, sabi nila, nag-keep ng Sabat, pero nagsaing. Ang kadibati ko, sabi niya, hindi naman yun apoy, kasi gasol naman yun. Ganun pa rin, nagluto. Sabi na, ang lulutuin mo bukas, lulutuin ngayon. Bakit pag Sabat luluto pa? Sabi ni James, guilty ka. Pag nagka-offense ka ng isa, guilty ka sa lahat. Doon nahihirapan yung mga Israelites. Sa offering, bagsak. Sa pista, bagsak. Sa Sabat, bagsak. Yan. Ang dami. Dami. Yan. Sabi ni Apostol Pablo sa Romans chapter 3, babasahin natin. Compare na tayo sa under sa grace. Na tayo magbasa doon sa thesis, haba yun. Ito, chapter 9. Chapter 9 tayo. Romans, verse 30. Hindi ako nagkamali. Ito. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles which followed not after the righteousness have attained to the righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith. Ang mga Gentiles under grace, na hindi sila umaasa doon sa law, kundi doon sa faith, ay naka-attain sila, nakatanggap ng righteousness sa pamagitan ng pananampalataya. Pero yung Israel, ito, verse 21, but Israel which follow after the law of righteousness hath not attained to the law of righteousness. 32, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law. Yun ang nangyari sa ating panahon ngayon. Yung nangaral si Apostol Pablo doon sa Book of Acts, ipinaliwanag ni Apostol Pablo na ang tao maging mapawalang sala sa pamagitan ng panampalataya. Doon sa Acts chapter 13 verse 36 to 39, ang mga Hudyo, yung iba, umatras. Pero yung mga Gentiles na nag-abang, naka-receive. Yan. Ilang mga synagogues pinasok ni Apostol Pablo, kahit under grace na sinabi niya na ang tao mapawalang sala. Sa pamagitan sa panampalataya doon sa isang tao na ipinako doon sa cross. Acts chapter 13 verse 37. Ito ang nakasulat. For David, after he had preserved his own generation by the word of God, fell on his lap, and was led unto his father unto corruption. But he, preparado kay Christ, of God, rise again solo corruption. But it known unto you therefore, men and brethren, that through this man is preached unto you the forgiveness of sins. And by him all that believe are justified by all things from which he could not be justified by the law of Moses. Ay mayroong mga tao, yung nangaral si Pablo, maraming mga Hudyo, verse 43, and when the congregation was broken up, many of the Jews and religious proselytes followed Paul. And Barnabas, who is speaking to them, persuaded them to continue in the grace of God. And the next Sabbath day came almost the whole city together, hears the word of God. Pero ano nangyari sa mga Hudyo? Verse 14, 45, but when the Jews saw the multitudes, they were filled with envy, speak against them things which were spoken by Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. Ang mga Hudyo nagalit sa kanila. At saka, yung ibang mga tao na sana maniniwala na, sinabihan na, huwag kayong maniwala dyan. Ay ngayon, umatras yung mga Hudyo. Anong nangyari sa verse 47? For so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest before salvations unto the end of the earth. And when the Gentiles heard this day, were glad and glorify the word of the Lord, and many as were ordained to eternal life, believe. Ito ang nangyari doon sa Romans. Sa Romans chapter 9, ang mga Hudyo kahit under grace na doon pa rin umaasa doon sa law of Moses. Verse 30, what shall we say then, that the Gentile which follow not after the righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith, but Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, hath not attained to the law of righteousness. Wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law. Bakit mahirap ang tao maging justified sa pamagitan ng batas ng Diyos ibinigay kay Moses? Kasi huwag kang magsaing sa araw ng Sabat, nagsasaing. Sa araw ng Sabat, huwag kang lalabas doon sa tirahanan, lalabas. Huwag kang gagawa, maggawa. Tapos sabihin, kami ang tumutupad, ang tinutupad Sabado. Pero yung ibang yung ibang mga under sa Sabat, hindi tumutupad. Bakit? Tinutupad. Pagdating sa tithes, i-divide sa 5. Hindi ini-divide. Pagdating sa offering, marami yon. Drink offering, meat offering, peace offering, burnt offering, wheat offering, prayer offering. Isa lang ka-offering. Yan. Pagdating sa pista, mayroong pista na tabernacle of feast, mayroong unleavened bread feast, mayroong feast of weeks, 3. Marami. Yun. Maraming mga under. At saka, itong batas ng Diyos na ibinigay kay Moses, sa kanila lang yon, sa Israel, yung na-under. Hindi kasali yung hindi na-under. Ito, Romans chapter 3 verse 19. 3:19. Now we know that what things soever the law. Now we know that what things soever the law said, it said to them who are under the law. Kahit anumang sinasabi doon sa nakasulat sa kautusan na isinusulat ni Moses sa pamagitan, natanggap niya galing sa Diyos, ito po'y ibinigay doon sa na under the law. Isabi ni Paul, we are not under the law, but under grace. Sabi ni Apostol Pablo, chapter 7, verse 6, but now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in the newness of the Spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter. Pero ang mga tao ngayon, kahit anong sabi, hindi maintindihan. Ngayon, under grace, ang tao mapawalang sala sa pamagitan na kay Kristo, papatawad ang ating kasalanan sa pamagitan sa dugo ni Kristo, hindi na doon sa blood of the animals. Ang tao ngayon, naging matuwid siya without keeping the law. Hindi na yung law doon sa ibinigay kay Moses. Verse 26, chapter 3, to declare, I see at this time. Ano yung at this time? Under grace. His righteousness, that he might be just and justified of him which believeth in Jesus. 27. Where is boasting? Then it is excluded. By what law? Of works? Nay, but the law of faith. Therefore, we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. Yun ang under grace. So, sana, haba ito, marami pa. Hindi natin matapos. Baka may mga question dyan. Question na lang kayo. Sandali lang.